Welcome everybody to Just the Tips, brought to you by Centimeter Perfect. That is Jesse. I am Liam. You can get us at cmperfect_AFL on YouTube where you're watching us right now. Our main pod over on Apple, Amazon, and Spotify, and of course on Instagram, where I occasionally clip some of the show and chuck it on there.
It is contingent on me being funny, so it's quite rare.
That's true. That is very true. But we are back for round 22 of tipping. The season is nearly done. Jesse, how are you feeling about this round coming up?
Footy-wise, good. Confidence points-wise, starting to get a little bit worried.
Well, listen,
Liam?
Jesse, we're at the end of the season now, but there might be some people watching for the first time trying to get their last-minute tips in, trying to get some information from us, and they might go, what are confidence points, Jesse? What are these?
So confidence points are our way of spicing up our tipping competition here, Liam. Instead of giving a straight 1 point per tip, we assign a weighted average of points across the board. 9 points to our most confident team, 1 point to our least confident team. Whoever has the most confidence points at the end of the season will be the champion. You don't have to have the most correct tips to win around, just the most correct amount of points. So your picks are critical in more ways than one.
That's right, Jesse, and that's very, very apropos that you bring that up. Do you know why?
Why?
Because despite me tipping equals last week and you putting 6 onto the Demons, which would have been a nice boon of points, I still got you. 39 points to me, taking me to 601, 38 for you, 590. 11 points down, Jesse, 3 rounds to go. Still not insurmountable. Something crazy would have to happen. Maybe not this round. I'm intrigued to see how you go, but there's a couple of rounds to finish up. Plus that little extra game. Maybe that little extra Suns versus
the
Essendon
one where you
game.
go Gold Coast with 10, because it's a 10-game round. That one. Yeah, because I'm going to go Essendon with 10. The guy that constantly rags on Essendon being the second worst side in the competition is going to go Essendon with 10. Why don't you go Essendon with 10? Why don't you do that?
Hey, maybe, Jesse, we'll get to that point and it won't matter. Let's go to the Thursday night, the first game of round 22. Let's rock and roll.
Hawthorn hosting Collingwood on the MCG turf, or what promises to be a blockbuster Thursday night. Both sides coming off losses, needing to shore up their place in the top 8 and top 4, respectively. Should be a cracker. I'm up first here. Collingwood with 1 for me, and I really don't think I could go any higher in this game on either side. It's a coin toss game for me in every sense of the word. I'm worried about the Pies' record against top or against contending sides in recent weeks. But Hawthorn, they had their opportunity last week against the Crows, I felt, which, on one hand, there's no shame in losing to the Crows. But on the other hand, they'll be disappointed they didn't take home the points. I'll just give Collingwood the edge in this one. But, it is a coin toss, Liam. I think this could go either way.
A coin toss indeed, Jesse. Hawks with 1. Right off the bat, we've got a different one.
I said Collingwood with 7, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I remember saying that.
You did not, sir. You had the chance. It could have been a good one to go. Could have been good to go hard, but you didn't. No, I think this is going to be an important game for both teams. Obviously, Magpies trying to solidify themselves in the top 4, which is very hard to do still. And the Hawks is trying to get themselves in the finals race. So Hawks have a really tough run home. I think they're going to come out and throw absolutely everything at this. And, sometimes that can get you a bit too hot in the collar. You make some mistakes that you don't usually make, but I think this is going to be a cracker. And I hope it's a cracker because our last Thursday night game was a horrible, horrible game. So this one's going to be it, Jesse. I feel it in my bones. Let's move on to Friday.
Geelong host an open training session at GMHBA for Friday night's national broadcast. They host Essendon, who have both been out of form and also completely poor. Liam, is there any way you can see the Bombers getting some points here? This is our margin game for the week, so 5 confidence points if you get within 5 of the margin here. Liam, can you see a miracle, or was it just a case of 2 strong cats?
I take offense to this, Jesse. You didn't call them the primetime Bombers. This is Friday night football after all. Correct yourself immediately.
Can I put a replay on?
No. I mean, Geelong. Geelong with 9.
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
Says the Adelaide West Coast isn't getting you 9 points.
Well, look, that was the coin toss for me this round, I would say. But we're going to go margin, Jesse. You got Jeremy Cameron, who's just licking his lips trying to get to 100. He just needs a game of like 14, 15 goals, which is very, very possible in this one. I'm going the ton. Okay. We've only had 1 ton game this year. 112 points.
Wow.
I'm going 112. I reckon you're going to go somewhere in the ballpark as well.
250.
But no, I think it's going to be an absolute. If this is anything but a shellacking, then
alarm bells.
Yeah, alarm bells for the Cats, yeah.
Yeah. Sack the coach areas potentially as well. Geelong with 9 points, margin 103 for me. I see
Oh,
this being pretty comprehensive. Although, in saying this, you know what's going to happen now?
yeah,
We're going to get absolute biblical southwest wind and rain come through
yeah.
from the Western Districts all the way across and just decimate the game. That will potentially be more entertaining than it being played in perfect weather, if only because Essendon might not look as terrible if the conditions are also bad, because
Who
they're
knows?
bad. Geelong aren't.
Don't.
What's the next game?
Next game. Here we go. Tigers versus the Saints at the MCG. That's your job, Jesse. What's the next game, Jesse? Let's go.
Well, I segued you. You've done it. I'm up first here. St Kilda with 2 for me. They're showing a bit of ability to win in close games against struggling sides at the moment. So that's a nice result for them. They'll be pleased to have got the job done against North. Richmond, they could win this game. There's nothing to suggest they couldn't win this game. But they were very bad against the Suns, and I'm just wondering if potentially we're in on the beach mode, potentially planning silly Saturday, the Bali trip, whatever the case may be for the Tigers off season. Don't necessarily know if they're going to be able to get up and firing for this.
Copy and paste. Saints with 2. I really don't have too much to add to that, Jesse. I think this is just going to be a game where you got 2 teams going out there and having a good old time. What's more to play for than that?
Fun.
Let's move on to the next one.
Brisbane hosting Sydney at the Gabba. 2 sides that were right in the premiership hunt last year. One of them's not this year. Liam, how do you see this one shake out? Can the Swans potentially go and spoil the party for their one-time premiership rivals?
Honestly, probably. Why not? I mean, the Swans are a funny team, right? Because they haven't been that good this year, but they still have it in their back pocket just to come out and do something crazy. I've gone Brisbane with 3, not because I'm not that confident, just because the rest of the games deserve more of my confidence points. The lines are fantastic. They're going to want to keep their momentum going into September. Obviously, they lost last week, or 2 weeks ago, I should say. But they're very good. I think they're going to want to keep that going and stamp their mark on the rest of the year. Jesse.
Lines with 7 for me. I'm happy to give the points here. I have no time for the Sydney team. That's the long and the short of it. They're not playing serious competitive football against good sides. They're barely playing good football against bad sides. I don't see a world where Brisbane drop this unless they're just completely out of focus or there's a COVID outbreak.
Fair shout. Let's go to the next one, Jesse.
Carlton hosting the Gold Coast Suns at Marvel Stadium. The Blues have been showing a little bit in recent weeks in the first half, but then taking a strike action in the second and going home, whereas the Suns are rolling into September and will be looking to keep that momentum going. I'm up first here. Suns with 4. This does have a danger game ring to it for me with the Suns. Most like I had for Fremantle last week against Carlton. This is a droppable game if they're not completely switched on. Carlton will probably have a couple of players now playing for their futures. Curtis out for the season, Silvani's out of the season. This does breed opportunity for some of these lesser lights to really go and stamp their place in the best 22 going into next season. So I think there's a bit to prove. I don't think it's as simple as Gold Coast win this easily. Carlton, despite being a bad side this year, I still think they're capable of winning these types of games. So, yeah, Suns with 4, they are the better team. They should get the job done, but I'm not totally buying in on this game.
Fair enough. I mean, the Blues tend to start fast, finish slow. Suns tend to do the reverse. So I think Suns with 5 for me. I think the Suns are gonna keep going. I want to believe they're going to keep going because I really can't handle them not making the finals now. No. It's just like that would be such a mad disappointment. It would be like, oh my God, if they don't make it this year, when will they? Yeah. But this is a game they just have to win. And much has been my tipping with Freo this year, they just have to do it, don't they, Jesse? So it gets my confidence. Here we go. Speaking of the Dockers, what's the next game?
They travel to Adelaide on a Saturday night to play Port Adelaide in Ken Hinkley's final farewell tour. The Zip merge is almost complete. Liam, can the power give Ken one last big hurrah in front of his faithful, or will the Dockers continue their excellent form in recent months?
I mean, they definitely can do that, Jesse. I mean, they've had some massive wins at Adelaide over this year, I'm fairly certain. And there's nothing to say they can't do this. However, the thing that has behooved me, Jesse, I said this last week, what has behooved me? Putting my faith in the Freo Dockers boys. Freo with 4. It's
a big show of faith. 4 whole confidence points.
Just 4. I think this is the game for Freo. I mean, the last week was 1. This is another elimination final because we're finishing up with Brisbane and the Bulldogs. 15 might not be enough this year. So
not with that percentage.
No. So having said that, this is a non-negotiable if we want to play finals. Simple as that. So I'm putting my faith in the boys. Freo with 4.
Freo with 3. In terms of analysis, copy paste what Liam said. I actually don't think I could say that much better myself.
Oh, that's a rare accolade, and I will take it, Jesse. Let's move on to the next game.
Helps it was your team and mine. The Giants, they host North Melbourne at Manuka Oval in Canberra for Sunday afternoon footy, probably morning for us over here in Perth. I'm up first here. Giants with 5. One team had to slip in confidence points for me to put Brisbane so high. It's just been the Giants. North can do weird things, and the Giants coming in off a very demoralising loss, that can go either way. Much like your tip with West Coast last week, Liam, against Melbourne, can go either way. I still think Giants win this, but I'm probably less optimistic than I am about, say, the Lions.
Fair enough. I've got the Giants with 7. I think they'll want to definitely put last week behind them very, very quickly.
If they do drop this, they're probably out of... Well, they're certainly in the ejector seat and in real trouble.
Absolutely. And I enjoy watching the Kangas play. Like when Kangas are up and about, they're really fun to watch. So I'm all for it. We just want good footy, Jesse. Is that too much to ask? Just good games of footy. So the Kangas definitely have this in their arsenal. But yeah, I think the Giants are still a much better team all around. Hogan's obviously been injury laden. I think he's out again this week. He's out for a little bit. Is he a big loss, or do they have the pieces to back him up? I think they do.
Two things can be true.
That's true. That is true. But Giants with 7. Move on. Let's go.
Melbourne host the Dogs at the MCG on Sunday afternoon football. The Doggies, they simply need to keep winning. Melbourne, they need to start deciding what they're going to do with this list going beyond 2025. I'm up first here, I believe. No, you're up first here.
I'll go first.
My apologies.
I don't think it's going to matter, Jesse. Bulldogs with 6 for me. I mean, what analysis can you get this game? You've got the Bulldogs.
Dogs score a lot. Demons don't. Next game.
Yeah, but it's basically it. What's your tips for it though, Jesse?
Dogs with 6.
Oh, crazy! I honestly think that's all we need to say. Let's move on to the last game, Jesse.
God. Talk about keeping this short and sweet. These teams have won 5 games out of their last 10 combined. Just all of them are with 1. The Eagles, they host Adelaide at the at Optus Stadium. Their last home game of the season. No, their second last home game of the season.
They'll finish up, yeah.
Definitely not their last winnable home game of the season. Look, this is going to be rough, isn't it? Crows with 8 for me. They're farewelling Dom Sheed and Jeremy McGovern in this game. They really should have done that in the Sydney one.
Yeah, Crows with 8. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. That's just, look, if we could have given it more, we would have. But there's just worse teams out there. All right, Jesse, that is the tips for round 22, mate. You got to start getting onto it pretty quick, my friend. Otherwise, you're gonna have to hand the crown to me for season 2025.
I would sooner throw it in the River Thames and let you swim after it.
I'm a good swimmer. All right, send the people home.
Gee, you'd want to be in that place. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Put your tips down in the comments below who you think is going to win. But first of all, thank you for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the show, both our main podcast and also this. Check out the other episodes. They're already up live, both our deep dive into every contract to 2030 and beyond, where we rank them in our tier list, and also our games recap of last week if you're missing out on the AFL action and you don't want to watch First Crack. Until next time, I'm Jesse. That's Liam. Enjoy your football weekend. We'll see you soon on Centimetre Perfect.
Bye, everybody.